highest paid employees. So when I looked this up, I was not surprised. So the highest paid employee is actually former head coach of the University of Florida football team. He was getting paid about $7.1 million. All right. He is officially an employee. I didn't have time to find out the head coach's salary at Florida State. Like, if you can check that.
Okay.
And then I went to the presidents
of the universities.
Right. McCullough, at Florida State, he makes his base salary is $1.25 million.
Okay.
With a $550,000 bonus.
And I would presume that he gets a house on campus.
Some expenses and some other things. Right. So the package probably is worth between $2.5 and $3 million. Okay? That's not a bad gig.
No, not in the least.
Not a bad gig. In University of Florida, which I don't know if they have a president right now. They do.
They have an interim president.
Oh, they have an interim
president. Dr. Donald Landry is the interim president of UF. His base salary is $2 million, and he gets a $500,000 performance incentive that can vary.
He probably has incentive, or he probably has other packages, so it's probably going to be about $3 million also.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And again, he gets a nice house on campus. The president's house is usually, probably an old house, but built a long time ago, but really well kept.
Yes.
It's not modern construction, I would.
Well, he doesn't have. If the air conditioner goes out, he doesn't have to pay for it.
Correct.
Somebody else is paying for it.
Right. He doesn't have to pay rent. He doesn't have to pay a water bill, electrical bill. Yep. No. So, all good. Not a bad gig if you can get it.
Yeah.
But the University of Florida the Board of Trustees had hired somebody who I think he was from the University of Michigan or someplace out in Michigan. And he was hired by the Board of Trustees.
Okay.
But then the University Board of Governors said, no, we don't like his position on DEI, and we're not going to let you hire him, so he was out. Which is the first time there has been a discrepancy between the Board of Trustees and the Board of Governors.
Okay.
So the guy didn't get the job.
I think that salary, they got to kind of agree.
Yeah.
But, that's...
And the previous the previous president was, a former U.S. senator I want to say Nebraska was where Ben Sass was from, but it was someplace in one of those empty states in the middle Northwest. And he split. I don't think he filled his first contract. He was out after 3 years, maybe. He wasn't there that long.
He didn't even finish it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a guess on how much the governor makes?
In Florida.
He's not in the top 50 of state employees.
Probably $300K.
Blake, do you want to take a guess?
I'm gonna say the presidential salary is around $250,000. So I'm gonna say
presidential salary is $400,000. President of the United States.
Yeah, it's $400,000.
My apologies. Then
the vice president's like $250.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I'm gonna go with $225,000.
All right. He makes $141,400.
I was thinking that, but I figured I'd give him the benefit of the doubt.
For the amount of people he's responsible for, how much he's tremendously underpaid if it was a CEO position.
He doesn't have to pay rent.
Still tremendously
underpaid. Comes with a mansion.
Yeah, it's still tremendously underpaid. Find a $1 trillion company.
I'm not arguing. Right. Head of an organization like Florida, the fourth largest or the third largest state in the country now, with a pretty substantial economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's underpaid.
Yeah. So the other thing is, he raises like $3 million to run for a position that pays $141,000.
Right.
Talk about hypocrisy.
There you go. Well, that's just foolish. It's just, there's just things, it's all the talk now is common sense. Well, this stuff isn't all that commonsensical.
Yeah. All right. So here's a rundown of some of the people, the officials at the level of where they're at. Lieutenant governor makes $135,000.
And the
All right.
and the governor makes 145. Did you say?
141. So he's only
$6,000.
Only 6,000.
Not a bad gig. Less pressure.
People don't even know who the hell he is.
Right.
All right.
Is it a guy or a woman now?
I'm not even sure. So
there you go.
It's a guy. It's Jay Collins. Yeah. Check that plate.
Who? Jay Collins?
Jay Collins. Isn't he lieutenant governor?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a woman,
Okay.
but I think
All right.
she's moved
All right.
on.
Attorney General.
What do you think about Lenny? What do you think about like Nikki Fried, the agricultural secretary?
No, she wasn't lieutenant governor. No.
All right, my bad.
Now is that back to Wilton Sampson or somebody like that now, or did he not get there?
Let me double check here. Sorry, I'm looking at some legal stuff, possibly for a tease for tomorrow's story.
Okay, I thought I was doing a story here. And
Yeah, fine, bye.
you guys both squirreled and pirated where I was
Well,
going.
I do have a question on your story.
I was going down the list here.
Well, let's go back to the top of the list for just 1 second.
Yes.
What was Billy Napier's buyout?
I think it came to like 48 million or something like that.
Yeah, not a bad deal.
Yeah. So
These
he
guys-
is by far the highest paid state employee.
Yes.
And people say, "Oh, well, that comes from the alumni and stuff like that." Not all of it. Not all of it does. Some of it does on the buyout side.
I actually do.
But he is still the highest paid person.
I actually do have a legit correction to that. So I believe Napier's contract was around $49 million, but the buyouts where he was fired like right now is only for $21 million.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you. I knew the 40.
telethon.
And he's
Have a telethon.
He's probably going to have to get a job at 7-Eleven or something.
No, but
All right,
yeah,
sticking to the story.
I understand.
Who else gets paid well in the state?
All right, the Secretary of State actually gets paid more than the governor, $188,000. The Florida Public Service Commission gets paid $162. Florida, another Florida. All of these guys get $162 at the Florida. There's 3 of them there. Florida Secretary of Environmental Protection gets $204,000. Chief Financial Officer Blaise Ingaglia gets $139,000, close to $140,000. Commissioner of Education gets $299,000. Back to the Public Service Commissions at $162,000 because they're not in the exact order. This person is extremely overpaid, in my opinion. The Commissioner of Insurance Regulation, $195,000. Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce is at $140,000. All right. Justice State Court salaries. Associates in the Supreme Court get $264,000.
Okay.
Courts of Appeal get $223,000. All right.
So you think the low salary for governor is a disincentive for people who want to run for the position? I mean, it just seems so out of context with all the other positions. And by the way, did you come across a gentleman by the name of Raymond Rodriguez?
He was 400 and something thousand.
420.
And he what was
420. Hey, hi, how are you?
He was Secretary of Transportation. Is that what
he is? The Chancellor of the Board of Governors.
Okay. So,
And I don't know what they governor.
yeah. So I didn't know who he was at all, and
I'm not
nor
quite sure
what
what
that position is.
Right. The Florida Board of Governors is what?
Yeah. But they get paid $400, almost $500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000 to do it.
Probably doesn't come with a house, though.
All right. To go along with this, the Florida's breakdown of the state of Florida, 86.9% of the people in Florida have a high school graduation, 27.3% have a college graduate, and the median household income is only $47,507. Persons below the poverty level is just under 20% at 19.8. Now, a lot of those considered below the poverty level are also seniors.
Yeah.
So that throws
Fixed
that
income.
number, that skews the number of Florida quite a bit. So I just found that interesting that with Napier's buyout happening, he is still going to be the highest paid, and even next year, he might be the highest paid Florida resident because he's probably not getting paid this year, all of his buyout. It'll probably be delayed.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Well, it's funny because Jimbo Fisher, who got a $77 million buyout when he got fired, is thinking, I want to come back into coaching again. He wants to get back into coaching and in college coaching because there's a bunch of vacancies. And he said, it's not like I need the money.
Yeah, I'm good.
He made that pretty clear. So,
yeah, I'm good. I think both teams would take Jimbo back in a heartbeat right now,
I think so.
including Florida State, who bought him out once already. How crazy would that be if they took him back and had to buy him out again?
No.
What a racket. That's my strip mall pizzeria theory of making money.
And the reason I bring this up is because we complain about bad spending habits in local government and stuff like that. But this, to me, when you sign these long-term contracts with these coaches and then fire them, it, to me, is the worst use of state money. And I've lost Lenny.
No, I'm listening. The worst use of state money. I'm with you. Just nothing to add. I agree.
He's no longer with us, is he?
Don't worry, Dad.
I agree.
Yeah.
The worst use of state money.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely agree there because why would you spend shouldn't the university like the trustees themselves fundamentally or
I think they should fundraise for it or take it directly out of the football funds. The NIL
There you
money.
go. Right. Well, there you go.
Out of the NIL money. Because the NIL money is not state money.
Right.
Yeah,
and high school kids don't need $100,000 to play sports.
Yeah, because
which they're suing for.
Yeah, because coaches also have endorsement deals as well. I mean, we still see Dion and Nick Saban advertise for a duck insurance company.
Well, Dion and Nick Saban are an anomaly to this scenario. But I mean, what I'm saying is that NIL money, they got so much NIL money, they should spend that and not spend taxpayers' money on it.
Yes.
Well, I'll give you a
Do you
couple
agree
of.
or disagree?
I do.
Okay.
And I'll give you a couple of pieces of perspective. So, people who put their life on the line to protect us, law enforcement officers. I just looked. TK Water, the sheriff in Jacksonville, gets $220K a year.
Okay.
Rob Hardwick, sheriff in St. Johns County, gets about $113,000 a year.
That's it?
No, according to this,
that doesn't sound right. I don't think that's right because
that was dated. It's based on data from October 2025, which is now.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I mean, maybe not, but because the average deputy sheriff gets between $60,000 and $63,000 this year. They start out at 58 when they're hired, and it gets to $60K after they finish their training. So
Yeah, I'm googling a different site that
Okay.
there used to be one that.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what came up here. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because that's a big discrepancy between Jacksonville and
that
St.
is.
Johns County, but Duval County is a little bit larger and probably more populous.
Yeah, that is a
This
big
week,
big difference.
It's still growing, right?
That's a big difference. And that I don't. Sheriff Hardwick, if that's what you're getting paid, man,
You are underpaid.
You need a
You're
raise,
underpaid, sir.
You need a raise.
Absolutely.
So, it took me to school district ones, but
Well, that'll curl your toes too, man.
Yeah.
Superintendents get paid an awful lot of money.
so yeah. Well, and our local county administrator is close to $300,000.
Right.
So, and I think it's worth it. I really do.
If you get somebody competent in that position, they can really have
I
a
got the
positive
same number.
affectation.
I got 112,878.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same number.
All right.
Dude, you need a raise.
Yep.
Let's get that man a raise.
Or at least give him a house. Everybody else gets a house in these deals,
Yeah.
man.
Whew. So, yeah. Nope, I got the same thing.
Yeah.
I looked at two different sites.
Yeah.
So, but again, it took me there when the Napier buyout happened.
Right.
And I was like, all right, who in the state of Florida and these discrepancies and these buyouts and all these things, I think to eliminate it, it needs to come out of the NIL money. So, the state shouldn't be on the hook. They're making all these monies as an entertainment industry, and that's why they get the kids the salaries. But if they're giving the kids the salaries out of the NIL, then the coaches need to come out of the NIL.
Well, it also just shows you how freaking fickle they are. The guy loses 3 games in a row, and they'll fire him 2 years into a contract that's, a 7-year contract with these exorbitant buyouts.
Yeah.
First of all, college coaches have a much more difficult time now than they used to because they'll go recruit. And now with the transfer portal, which is I find abhorrent in college sports, they can't keep a team together.
Yeah.
And with the NIL money, somebody down the block is going to dangle a bigger paycheck in front of a college football player. I mean, these guys used to be amateurs. You can't say that college sports are amateurs anymore.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know, so that's ridiculous. And it's trickling down to high school. There's a high school kid in Florida who is suing for $100,000 worth of NIL money because apparently he's talented. You're a kid. Get a paper route.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't create any money that would warrant that in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So,
but our whole, the whole country's perception of money is very skewed between you've got people that are trying to survive on, minimum wage that is not a livable wage. You got a minimum wage, and then you've got a concept called livable wage, and they don't meet in any or many states at all. And, and then you got people that are just out there. I mean, there's articles coming out now about how the gap in the middle for people trying to survive is there's a lot of people that are out there, especially during the shutdown and everything else. They're still spending. Their quality of life isn't changing. And then there's other people who are going paycheck to paycheck who are having a really difficult time. And this was before the shutdown. I mean, I'm not even talking government employees. I'm just talking people. Prices are going up. They haven't come down. Prices are still going up. Gas still fluctuates, but it's a little less expensive nowadays. But, people are having a hard time making ends meet.
Yeah, and this is something that I'm looking at right now. The average salary for a sheriff, an actual sheriff who's in the top position around the state of Florida, is $84,353. All right.
Well, you got a lot of empty, which is interesting. I was going to say you've got a lot of empty counties here that there's not a lot of population in, but some of those places may be even more dangerous.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And here's and I get beat up about this, and I have a lot of friends that are teachers. Teachers' salaries
underfunded, underpaid.
Okay. Well, let me finish my thought because you're a teacher's kid.
Absolutely.
So you have two
I'm
of them.
partial. I'm not impartial. Right.
All right. A very hard job. Okay. But most teachers only work 10 months. Okay. Take that salary and do it to 12 months. Are they still underfunded? Or is it that? Because to me, that's a life they chose. They chose to have their
for some
summer.
People, it's a calling.
They chose to have that off. And when I'm looking at sheriff's salaries and teacher salaries, I'm leaning more towards the sheriffs because they're 12 months. They are on call almost all the time. They're actually in very dangerous. Not saying teachers' jobs aren't dangerous. Some teachers' jobs are kind of dangerous. So I'm not poo-pooing that. But if you say, Troy, you have to make a decision on where you're placing your money, I'm leaning towards the sheriff. And that, believe me, that is taking nothing away from how hard the teacher's job is. Right. But I'm leaning in that direction.
Well, for the longest time, if you weren't in a unionized school district, teachers weren't making a whole lot of money, which is why they had to get summer jobs. Whether they'd work at a beach club in New York, whether they'd become a lifeguard, whatever. But there's also some school districts, and I don't know if this still carries, but you used to be able to get your salary paid through 12 months instead of 10. So you could get your salary stretched out so that you were not getting paid in June and July.
Yeah, but I mean...
Or July and August.
But honestly, they're not working those 2 months is what I'm saying. Right. You're still getting paid a full salary even if you do stretch it out. And I think most of the guys I know do stretch it out at least 11 months. I think there's a 12-month option, an 11-month option, and a 10-month option. But
I'll tell you, I mean, you're sitting down. You know what New York State teachers that are in unionized school districts make?
Probably 120.
Give or take. If you've been there long enough, if you're 60 years old and you've been teaching for 20 or 30 years, And then when you retire, you get a very, very lucrative pension with medical benefits for life. And that's the Empire plan, which is a great plan.
And here's the other caveat you have to take in consideration. Most law enforcement guys I know work overtime.
Yeah, which
when they're
bounces it big.
That shoots them up because they're doing time and a half. And a lot of these guys are working, 60 hours. And, 60 hours a week's a long week.
Don't I know?
Okay, I probably do that now. I was probably at one point between 80 and 90 hours. But now I've reduced it down to part-time and I'm about 60 hours a week. And I have 8 jobs. So, and I'm 58. So, but I mean, 20 years ago,
but you'd go nuts if you didn't do all this stuff.
I would absolutely go crazy.
That long.
I would absolutely go crazy. And if you didn't throw in, if you throw in my nonprofit as being part of the work, I'm back at 80 probably.
Right.
But these law enforcement officers and firefighters, their salaries not tremendous, but their ability to earn money is.
And I'm not saying all of them, but in a lot of municipalities, police officers and firefighters will manipulate the overtime to get that big bump. And the part of the reason they do that is to get their final average salaries up through the roof so that their pensions are expanded upon. Because that all comes down in your final average salary, which is usually your last 3 years, and that's what your pension is based upon. So
yeah. And Barbara Jean, you're 100% right. Teachers, they do it for the love, and what they have to spend out of pocket is tremendous.
Right.
And if you're in the right neighborhood, when Christmas comes around or end of the year comes around, they get a nice little reward. Like if you're in Ponte Vedra,
what do you get?
You get Christmas cards with really nice checks in them.
In Ponte Vedra, they tip the teachers?
Yes.
Well, that's a
they
foreign
tip them
concept.
everywhere. You guys,
news to me.
I gave gift cards. I mean, yeah.
You used to get an apple and they were happy.
You probably didn't even tip your garbage man, did you?
I do.
Okay, then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you tip your teacher of your? Oh, you don't have kids.
First of all, thank you. I'm paying for everybody else's kids to go to school. God dang it!
I'm with you. You don't have kids.
No.
So that could be the problem right there.
But that's a foreign concept. I mean, I understand a bottle of perfume and giving gifts to teachers, but it's never been
vacations. I mean, yeah, no.
That's a Ritzy school district thing, because that's in Ponte Vedra, that's so foreign concept to me.
Landrum Middle School and Rollins and all those guys clean up.
Wow.
The richer neighborhood you're in, the better off the gift's going to be. That's pretty much the way it is.
You know what? I'm stunned.
Yeah. No, I probably average. I mean, I'd probably average on the kids $50 to $100 a gift on Christmas and at the end of the year.
And a gift or cash money?
I usually did gift cards.
Okay.
It was sometimes.
All right. So gift cards. See,
but it would be like a Visa card.
Right, I understand that, but to me, somewhere in my lizard brain, there's a distinction between sticking a $50 bill in a Christmas card for a teacher and giving a gift card. I know it's the same thing, but even that, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean
it's appreciation for babysitting my kids all year. Yeah,
I mean if you do $100 times 30 kids, it's a little nice kick.
Yeah, it's called a vacation.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Which unfortunately you have to do when all the other kids are going on vacation with you. Yeah. So you don't even get away from them little rotten kids.
Yeah.
So go figure.
But no, I mean in my
that's news to me. Yeah,
you didn't even know that. Huh?
No, okay. I mean perfume, a book, a mug. Number one teacher. How many mugs can they use?
The people that take care of you, like usually the garbage guy gets
Oh, our mailman loves our street.
$20,
and our mailman takes great care of us.
We don't have the same mailman. We have 3 different mailmen that come to our. We just have one.
Yeah, we've got a great mailman.
We got a rotating route or something because we get a different person every day.
Yeah, we've got a great mailman. We appreciate him very much.
But you tip him, right?
Absolutely.
Or her?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So him and my mechanics.
Yeah.
Because they take great care of me and my car.
Yeah.
And Julie's car. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. See, the trick with the garbage men is they come too early in the morning, so I got to really plan to tip them. And then when the guys I usually
put a case of beer on the garbage can.
That'll work. Yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense. I keep thinking about taping an envelope to it, but you
don't know if they're going to see it.
Right.
So,
but the guys that really do it as well is St. Augustine Beach does a great job of picking up lawn waste. Because in Florida things grow so fast, you're constantly trimming and cutting. Whether my neighbors have a lot of bamboo, or we've got a bunch of stuff that we clean out all the time, and almost every week, if not every other week, there's a pail of lawn waste goes out there. And these guys are
I'm
great.
very happy with St. Augustine's
sanitation
service.
Only thing that gets me is it's 1 day a week.
Yeah, we do.
And it's
we
a
do
hot summer.
Trimmings on one day and then trash on another, and for those that participate
in recycling.
Yeah.
Recycling and garbage go out the same day.